back to the truck stop, everybody. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic freaking day. Well, the day is winding down, and we're just out here bebopping home. And a couple people kind of wanted to know what the startup costs and stuff were. Now, each state is going to be different, and good Lord, is this road rough. So always check with your, Department of Motor Vehicles or DMV or whatever it is in your state. But just a few things that you're going to need. Basically, one is your plate. Got to figure out what type of plate you want. I know most states have Y plates and most states have prorated plates, which is basically nationwide plates. Got to figure out what plate you want or what plate you need. And the price is going to depend on, what plate you get and everything like that. Now, if you're starting with a company as an owner-op, a lot of companies have, basically you either pay them up front or you can make weekly payments. Most companies have that. I've heard of a few that you can't start until you absolutely have the money for the plate. Which, whatever. They've probably been burned and everything like that, whatever their reason is. Next thing you're going to need is, so basically when you get your plates, you're going to do your IFTA and your plates all at once. So don't really need to talk about the IFTA because you're going to be doing it. A huge tip, if you are an owner-op, definitely pay your quarterlies. All right, figure out what your quarterlies are going to be and pay them. I have seen so many people get into some pretty big trouble because they don't pay their quarterlies and they don't have the $10,000 to $20,000 at the end of the year to pay the government. So definitely pay your quarterlies. That would be my biggest piece of advice is, pay those, get them done. It's only 4 payments, so it's not hard, not huge. But speaking of quarterlies, if you're doing it on your own or you're thinking about going on your own, you've got to do your quarterlies. So you've got to have the paperwork and like computer programs and whatever you decide. But you got to learn how to do the quarterlies. They're not particularly hard as long as you keep good records going up and down the highway, state line miles, so you can actually get your states, the mileage in each state, write down where you stopped and got fuel, your mileage and everything like that. The more you write down, the better off and the easier it's going to be. The other thing is insurance. You may end up, having to pay a little bit more for the first year or 2 years in insurance until you get some sort of track record on, a relationship with the insurer that you're going to be going through. I always went through truck riders based out of Welcome, Minnesota. Awesome people. I was with them for umpteen years. Only really had one incident, and that was when I got the new hood on Voodoo, the black W9. But, build a relationship with your insurance company, your insurance provider, your broker. You're going to need comp, collision, plus you're also going to need cargo. Most companies require you to have, $1 million cargo insurance. There are some companies out there, depending on what you do. Like, I had a $10 million cargo insurance, only because I did big shit that's really expensive. So, be prepared for that. The other thing is, I would highly recommend to base your fuel off what your company says your paychecks are going to be out. Like, a lot of companies are 2 to 3 weeks for owner-operators outstanding paychecks. The company that I was with Lunchbox, for some dumb reason, they were 6 weeks, which turned out to be 9 weeks out. You've got to do not put fuel on a credit card. Just pay cash with it, or use the company fuel card. Take a % less and use the company fuel card. It's going to save you so much time and so much headache and so much drama. But just pay cash. Allow yourself enough. If you're over the road, just you'll know. Just kind of add it out, or math it out, and you'll get it. You'll get it, right? But the other thing is like, if you're pulling flatbed, you've got to have all the equipment and the safety gear and all this other stuff, and so that's added expense. Now, keep in mind, for a lot of you guys that are sitting back going, oh my gosh, truck drivers make so much money. So much money. Well, yes, you do make big money here in this industry, even as corrupt as it is. But, the truck payment, most truck payments are $2,000 a month. You've got insurance, which is anywhere from like $300 to $800, I think I've heard, the most expensive. You've got oil changes like every other month. That's right around $500. You've got, unload, reload, whatever fees, toll road fees, fuel fees. That's anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 a week in that. Maybe not quite so much high. I know Voodoo was about $1,500 a week in fuel, and pretty much any given day I was, $200-300 in tolls a week. So keep that in mind. To replace tires, my friends. Steer tires are going to be close to $4,000, $5,000. Drive tires, all 8, are going to run you close to $10,000 to $12,000. Trailers the same. So you've got anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in tires, depending on what tires, how many axles, blah blah blah. An overhaul. An overhaul is going to run you anywhere from $35,000 to $50,000. To just get hooked, if you break down on the road, just to get a tow truck to come out is $1,000. Boom, done. $1,000. To replace a clutch, you're looking at $4,000, depending on what style clutch you put in. Oh man, this town sucks. This is the town with that awesome truck wash, Windham, Minnesota. So if you guys are ever in Windham, go check out, just keep going straight like this. 60 west, or east, north, whatever the hell you want to call it. Us locals here call it north, 60 north, because you're actually kind of going north. A clutch is $4,000 to $4,500. depending on what style you put in. A transmission is, you know, 4,000 to 10,000, depending on what style and how much and blah 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 blah. You know, yes, there is big money in the trucking industry, even as corrupt as it is. But you pay big money to make big money. So just kind of keep that in mind. And for you guys in cars and other semis and blah blah blahs, you know, whatever, when you pull out in front of somebody, make them gouge their brakes. When you pull out in front of somebody and brake check them, slow them down, that's costing you more money at the stores. Because guess what? When so-and-so wants to cut me off and make me jab on my brakes, that's a brake job right there. Boom. You know, that's $200-300 per side, per spot. I'm not eating that. Fuck that, I'm not eating that. You are. Somebody that you know is. Not me. I'll just charge it down the line. So keep that in mind when you're running late and need to hurry or think you need to hurry. Every time that truck slows down and speeds up, it costs you dollars at the stores. So anyways, if you guys have any other information that you would like to pass along, definitely leave a comment, right? Let's help out the next guy. Let's help out the new guy. Let's help out the old guy. And, you know, so hopefully this video was a little informational, or a lot informational. You know, thank you for the question. If you want to read the comment, it's on a video, so just go back and watch a couple of videos here, and you know, you can see the comment and everything like that, which inspired the question, and all this other stuff. So, you know, my startup cost was about $2,500, but I had a bunch of stuff already in place from my company, so I didn't really have a ton of startup. Just my plate and my cargo insurance. That was pretty much the only stuff that I had. So, you know, I would say in Minnesota, after purchase of a truck, if you want to run it on your own, you know, over the road on your own, you're probably going to look at about $3,000 to $4,000 before that truck can ever see the highway. And that might be a little bit high, but it just all depends on, you know, like what states and blah blah blahs and blah blah blahs and blah blah blahs. I mean, there's so many different variations that it would literally be a 5-hour video of me just talking and literally in circles, because I'd have to loop back and loop back and loop back on myself. But, you know, I would safely say anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000, basically, to get the truck on the highway. If you're 3 weeks out on pay, I would definitely try to have a minimum of $6,000 for fuel. You know, I would really highly suggest having a $10,000 cushion, because of maintenance and oil changes and, you know, blah blah blahs and stuff like that. It's always better safe than sorry. And I mean, you guys look at me as an example. I was 1,000% safe, and, you know, the company just decided not to pay me, and I became very sorry. Luckily, I had a backup plan that I was able to put into effect and get the truck paid off, and, you know, and everything like that. So I came out fine. But this industry is very cruel, It's very cold, and it's very manipulative. So, you know, just be prepared. Always try to have a safety net. You know, whether it's cash, whether it's a load or a trailer or a mechanic or, you know, whatever it is, always try to have a safety net, no matter, and think outside the box, because it's not the normal stuff that'll get you. It's the stuff that you didn't even see coming. That's what gets you. So think outside the box. Try to have as many safety nets as you possibly can. And another big tip is, unfortunately, your family and your loved ones are probably going to be ignored for a while. Depending on what your truck payment is and everything like that, for like the first 3 years, you're going to have to eat, breathe, sleep, pee, poo, you know, I think I said bleed, but we're going to throw it in there again. That truck. You're going to be gone a lot. You're going to be working your butt off. So just be prepared, all right? All right, I just looked at the clock. We're going on close to 17 minutes. All right. Thank you guys and girls so much for all the support. It's been absolutely amazing. Hopefully this video has helped you guys out. Hopefully you guys have learned something, been entertained a little bit, seeing the awesome sunset here in southwestern Minnesota. I'm gonna go home, chill, relax, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. So until next time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on down the